Okay, fun one for me today. Takes me back to my school days. Bruce Dickinson's first solo album, Tattooed Millionaire. We're looking at the opening track, Son of a Gun. It's standard tuning, key of E minor. Let's look at the verse. All right, first part of the verse, we're just 3 chords only, E minor, sort of a C to a sort of a D, and we're arpeggiating. And the arpeggiating part for me with your right hand is probably the trickiest part. So E minor to a C, but you're going to lift that first finger off. Because of that, I actually use these 2 fingers, second and first finger, instead of those 2. If you're comfortable there, you can do that. Same thing. And then you're going to lift it up to a D. Okay, sounds like this. Now, the one thing I do is I use the open D string as I'm moving my hand between the C to the D and the D back to the E minor. So the open D string allows me to still have something ringing out while I'm moving my hand. So again, watch that picking pattern and watch the open D string. Like that. Second part of the intro, we're going to a B minor chord, C major chord, D major chord. But on all 3 of them, the G string is open. So you've got to do a bit of sort of finger gymnastics to be able to do that. Same picking pattern with your right hand. Okay, so B minor, okay, but the G string's open. C major, G string's open. D major, G string is open. Okay. That's it. And then the band kicks in, just all the guitars and all that stuff. Let's look at that part. All right, so when the band kicks in, we're on a bridge, pickup, humbucker, distorted Marshall sort of sound. I think I added just a touch of chorus and a little bit of reverb, this sort of sound. Nice. The chords themselves you're going to be looking at, G5, standard G5. A D5, so it's D chord shape. Don't put your second finger on there. E5. It looks like an E minor, but I'm muting the G string with the fleshy part of my third finger. And then a C sus2, which is G5. Put your second finger down or down to the A string on the C there. Strumming wise, I think Janick tends to favour sort of a down up, this sort of feel. Okay, so it's just a G5, D5 to the E5. Okay, the accenting is the thing you only got to watch out for. The downstroke is actually on the D5, that second hit, and then on the upstroke, you're transitioning to the E5. Okay, down on the D, up on the E. Okay, next part there, we're going to be doing a C sus2, G5, D5. Back to the first part. Okay, then we're into the verse sort of proper. Let's look at that part. Right now we're in power chord territory. We're going to be sliding up from a D5 to an E5 up on the A string. And have that slide down there. Okay, palm muting in between. Same thing down 2 frets, so you're going to be sliding up a C to a D. Back up palm muting on the D5. That's it for the rhythm guitar parts. Goes back into that chorus part. Okay, and then at one part goes back to the arpeggiating pieces. Let's have a touch briefly on the lead parts that are happening in the intro. So on this one, of course, I grabbed the 80s rock guitar because you're doing 80s rock guitar stuff, even though Janick, I think, probably played a Strat with a humbucker. Anyway, I used the same profile on the Kemper, same Marshall, but I upped the gain a little bit on a Tube Screamer and added some delay, turned up the reverb to get that nice. You know, all those trails and stuff like that. Okay, so the chords, remember from the intro, you're an E minor, E natural minor. So you're playing E minor, C major, D major there. And interestingly, what Janick does is he really targets that F sharp when they're on the D chord. So that's that major third. Sounds fantastic. So you're thinking up at E minor pentatonic territory, up at the 12th fret, but you're going to definitely be bringing in that 14th fret, which is the F sharp. You can think of it as the 9 or the 2nd on an E minor, but really he hits it really when they're on the D chord. So it's the major third of a D chord. And again, this is why it sounds so great, okay? And it ends on the D there. Again, you're on that D chord there. Okay, so we're just 12th fret on the B string, bending up 14th up to 15th on the high E, and then coming down to finish on 15th fret, B string. Get that nice sort of trail off there. Next one there, he's going to be doing the B, but he bends up up to the octave, the age of the B, and again lands on that F sharp. Okay. Really nice sort of sound there. Next little lick there in the intro there. Again, he's using the E minor pentatonic, but bringing in that F sharp. Okay. 12, 12, 14, 15, bend up to 17. And that part there again, he's targeting that F sharp and the D because he's on the D chord there. That's why it sounds so great. They're just a couple of those licks that he's doing. When the band really kicks in there, he's doing sort of more E minor pentatonic stuff, but bringing in that F sharp again. Very tasty there from Janick Gers. All right, Son of a Gun from Bruce Dickinson's first solo album. Good luck. See you next time.